On the evening of September 3, 1989, Varig Flight 254, a Boeing 737 carrying 54 passengers and crew, vanished over the vast Amazon rainforest. The aircraft was in perfect working order. The weather was clear, and communication with air traffic control had been normal. What should have been a routine 45-minute flight turned into an inexplicable mystery that continues to baffle investigators. A chilling reminder of the unpredictable forces that can sometimes govern air travel. Welcome to the story of the Varig Flight 254. The doomed flight began as an ordinary leg of a longer journey. After departing Sao Paulo and making several stops, the aircraft landed in Marabá with 48 passengers eager to complete the short hop to Belém. Many were likely anticipating that evening's World Cup qualifier between Brazil and Chile, their minds filled with the excitement of the upcoming match. Among them was the flight's captain, Cesar Augusto Padula Garces. A seasoned pilot with extensive experience, including in the Brazilian Air Force, Garces had no reason to anticipate anything other than a routine landing in Belém. Unfortunately, an unnoticed error made during pre-flight preparations would soon jeopardize the lives of everyone on board, transforming their simple journey into a desperate fight for survival. The flight departed Marabá at 5:30 p.m., taking off and climbing smoothly as it began its descent toward Belém. But somewhere along the route, disaster quietly took root. Somewhere deep in the impenetrable green expanse of the rainforest below, an unseen tragedy was about to unfold. During the ascent, First Officer Zile tried to verify their exact location by calibrating his instruments to the Belém Vior navigational beacon.
Belém Tower, Varig 254, requesting descent. Belém Tower, Varig 254, do you read?
We're not picking up on the beacon either.
I've got nothing.
When there was no response, it did not raise immediate alarms given the known unreliability of Brazil's aviation infrastructure in 1989. After multiple failed attempts to establish communication with air traffic control, Zile switched to a high-frequency HF radio, which allowed him to contact an aeronautical services officer in a different region, but not the intended air traffic controller at Belém. Curiously, communications with other aircraft heading to Belém were successful. As the aircraft reached the cruising altitude of 20,000 feet, the pilots expected to see Belém appear on the horizon. However, obscured ground views and the absence of radar left them navigating blindly. The onboard computer soon indicated that they had surpassed their destination by 30 miles.
Where's the airport?
Wait a minute. I think we just overshot the airport.
Captain Garces concluded they had flown past Belém, likely obscured by smoke or other visibility issues.
Should we do a 180?
Yes, let's go right heading 090.
Okay.
And made the decision to turn back. First Officer Zile communicated this change in their flight path to the air traffic control, marking the start of growing unease about their location. In an attempt to rectify their course, Zile tuned into Radio Guajará, a local commercial radio station, hoping to use its signal for direction finding through the Automatic Direction Finder, ADF.
Is the ADF picking up a signal?
There we go. We're over the Amazon now.
When they spotted a large river, they assumed it was a route to Belém, following the river's path as indicated by the ADF. Descending to 4,000 feet around 6:30 p.m., the pilots used the onboard weather radar to track along the river, a decision that initially seemed like smart improvisation. However, it became clear that they were actually following a signal from Radio Brazil Central, which was broadcasting from far south of Belém. This misdirection was compounded by a critical navigational error made earlier. The flight was set on a heading of 270 degrees west instead of the intended 027 degrees north-northeast. With the realization of their grave mistake,
Hang on a second, this course is all wrong. It should be in the double digits.
the pilots frantically searched for navigation charts while Captain Garces decided to climb to 8,500 feet to conserve fuel and enhance their chances of locating an airport. They tuned their radios to the beacons at Marabá and Caracas, yet failed to verify the beacons' Morse code identifiers, leading them deeper into the Amazon rainforest. As the evening progressed, the situation became dire. By 9 p.m., fuel exhaustion caused both engines to fail. The aircraft's hydraulic system could only support a partial extension of the flaps, which meant they would be approaching the ground at a higher than safe speed. The Boeing 737 crashed through the canopy of the Amazon rainforest, suffering significant damage, but remarkably, 42 of the 54 people on board survived the ordeal. The aircraft's destruction was mitigated somewhat by the trees, which absorbed some of the impact, preventing a more catastrophic outcome and avoiding a fire due to the absence of fuel. Thus, the crash of Flight 254 created or brought a chain of important reforms that swept across the global aviation industry, specifically in crew resource management, CRM, navigation technology, and regulatory standards with a focus on the root problems which led to the accident. Enhancements in crew resource management, CRM. The aftermath of Flight 254 demonstrated deficiencies in cockpit communication and decision-making processes, which directly contributed to the crash. Recognizing this, the aviation industry intensified its focus on CRM training, which is designed to foster an environment where crew members can effectively communicate and make decisions collaboratively. The revamped CRM programs included modules on leadership, situation awareness, problem-solving, decision-making, and teamwork. Simulators and role-playing scenarios were enhanced to mirror high-stress situations where communication breakdowns were likely, teaching crews to manage these effectively. These training enhancements aim to cultivate a culture where all crew members feel empowered to voice concerns and contribute to decision-making, thereby mitigating the risk of oversight or misjudgment that can lead to catastrophic outcomes. Advancements in navigation systems. The incident also exposed critical vulnerabilities in the aircraft's navigation systems, highlighting the ease with which human errors could propagate and remain unchecked. In response, Varig and other airlines globally began to overhaul their navigation systems. The integration of more advanced, user-friendly GPS technologies was prioritized. These new systems provided clearer, more reliable navigation data, significantly reducing the risk of human error. The GPS systems were designed to be intuitive, offering pilots straightforward, real-time navigational information that could prevent the confusion and errors evident in the crash of Flight 254. The shift towards more reliable navigation aids represented a crucial step towards enhancing the accuracy of route planning and execution in flight operations. Tightening of regulatory standards. The crash prompted a thorough review and tightening of aviation regulations, both in Brazil and internationally. Regulatory bodies focused on enhancing the safety protocols through stricter pre-flight checks and more rigorous pilot training and certification processes. New regulations mandated more detailed pre-flight planning and introduced additional checks and balances to ensure that all navigation settings were verified and double-checked before departure. Pilot training programs were scrutinized and updated to include more comprehensive training on the use of new navigation systems and CRM principles. These regulatory changes aim to standardize procedures across the board, ensuring a high level of preparedness and vigilance among flight crews, which in turn would enhance passenger safety. Industry-wide impact and commitment to safety. These reforms marked a pivotal shift in aviation safety culture. The changes implemented post-crash were driven by a deep-seated recognition of the importance of strict adherence to safety protocols and the continuous training of flight crews. The industry-wide introspection and subsequent improvements demonstrated a firm commitment to learning from past errors and actively working to prevent similar incidents in the future. By focusing on enhancing CRM, modernizing navigation systems, and enforcing stricter regulatory standards, the aviation industry aimed to safeguard against the factors that led to the tragedy of Flight 254, thereby ensuring safer skies for all travelers. Reflecting on the legacy of Flight 254, it is apparent that this incident went further than changing protocols. It set in motion a cultural change towards improvement and a development of vigilance in one's personal role in regards to aviation safety. This lasting and renewed focus ensures that the sky is safe for the pilots and passengers of the aircraft as a befitting tribute to the memories of those who have passed. If you enjoyed this video, kindly hit the subscribe and like button for more. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you will be notified when we upload new videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.